Carlton Davis and the complex dynamics of NFL free agency. In today's NFL, the intricacies of free agency have become more nuanced than ever before. Players like Carlton Davis, a highly talented cornerback, are finding themselves navigating a league where performance, potential, and financial value often clash. The latest news about Davis's future, particularly his comments about not returning to the Detroit Lions, showcases just how complex these decisions can be. While it initially seemed possible that Davis might re-sign with the Lions, recent developments have made it clear that his time in Detroit is coming to an end. Carlton Davis is no stranger to the ups and downs of NFL free agency. In 2022, he had a chance to test the open market and ultimately decided to return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signing a 3-year deal. However, during a recent interview with Michael Silver of The Athletic, Davis admitted he has regrets about how he handled that first foray into free agency. Reflecting on the experience, Davis said, "I feel like last time, I just kind of panicked. I was younger and my mindset was, I need to go ahead and just choose." He went on to explain that the pressure to make a decision quickly clouded his judgment, leading him to settle for a deal that he now believes undervalued him. This time around, Davis has made it abundantly clear that he won't be making the same mistake. "This time, I ain't gonna settle for less," he declared confidently. As he hits free agency once again, Davis is determined to command the kind of contract he believes reflects his status as one of the top cornerbacks in the league. He has set his sights on being paid like a top 10 or top 15 cornerback, and with the 10th highest paid corner in the league currently earning an average of $19.1 million per year, Davis is undoubtedly aiming high. From the Detroit Lions' perspective, the financial demands that Davis is expected to command have likely been a significant factor in their decision not to aggressively pursue him in free agency. According to reports from Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press, the Lions are looking to spend less than the $12 to $14 million per year that Davis could fetch on the open market. This financial restraint aligns with head coach Dan Campbell's philosophy of building a competitive roster without overpaying for individual players. While Campbell and the Lions would surely have loved to keep Davis in Detroit, the realities of the NFL's salary cap have made it difficult to justify the kind of investment Davis is seeking. The decision not to bring back Carlton Davis also highlights a broader trend in the NFL. Teams are increasingly wary of overcommitting resources to one position, especially in a league where depth and versatility are paramount. While elite cornerbacks are highly valuable, the modern NFL places a premium on building well-rounded rosters that can adapt to various game situations. For the Lions, this means prioritizing financial flexibility over securing a single high-profile player. However, Carlton Davis is far from being just another free agent on the market. At 28 years old, he is playing the best football of his career. Over the past few seasons, Davis has established himself as one of the premier defensive backs in the NFL, known for his physicality, ball-hawking skills, and ability to lock down top receivers. In a league where elite cornerbacks are highly sought after, it's no surprise that Davis is attracting interest from multiple teams. Silver mentioned the New York Jets and the New England Patriots as potential suitors for Davis. The Jets, with former Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn now serving as their defensive backs coach, could be a natural fit for Davis. Glenn's familiarity with Davis's strengths and style of play would make for a seamless transition, and the Jets' need for a shutdown corner to complement their defense only adds to the appeal. Meanwhile, the New England Patriots have long been known for their ability to attract top-tier defensive talent. Head coach Bill Belichick has a storied history of developing elite cornerbacks, and Davis could thrive in a system that emphasizes disciplined, smart football. Both the Jets and the Patriots are appealing destinations for a player like Davis, who is looking to cement his status as one of the league's best cornerbacks. But Carlton Davis's decision won't just come down to money and fit. Like many NFL players, he's learned from his past experiences in free agency, and he's now approaching this next chapter of his career with a clearer sense of what he wants. Davis has made it clear that he values being recognized for his talents and contributions on the field, and he won't settle for anything less than what he feels he deserves. As the NFL offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on Carlton Davis as he makes his decision. Whether he ends up with the Jets, the Patriots, or another team, one thing is certain: Davis is ready to prove that he's worth every penny of the contract he's seeking. For the Detroit Lions, losing Carlton Davis marks the end of an era for their defensive backfield. Davis played a crucial role in anchoring their secondary, often assigned to shut down the opposition's top wide receivers. In a pass-heavy league like the NFL, having a reliable, high-caliber cornerback is essential for success. and Davis's departure undoubtedly leaves the Lions with a significant gap to fill. From a tactical standpoint, Davis's exit means the Lions will have to reassess their approach to coverage schemes and defensive strategy. Davis brought a unique blend of size, athleticism, and physicality that allowed him to excel in both man-to-man coverage and zone schemes. His ability to read the quarterback's eyes and anticipate routes made him a versatile weapon in pass defense, often neutralizing elite wide receivers. Without Davis, Detroit's secondary becomes more vulnerable. The Lions' remaining cornerbacks will face the challenge of stepping up, but they lack the same level of experience and proven success that Davis brought to the field. While the Lions' defense has shown flashes of brilliance under Dan Campbell, losing a player like Davis puts pressure on the coaching staff to adjust quickly and find creative solutions. Detroit's front office now faces the daunting task of replacing Davis either through the draft, free agency, or developing in-house talent. With the NFL salary cap always looming, the Lions must strike a balance between retaining financial flexibility and securing a replacement who can offer similar production. It's a difficult line to walk, especially given the premium that elite cornerbacks command on the open market. As much as Davis's departure impacts the Lions on the field, it also raises broader questions about the team's direction and long-term plans. Dan Campbell has made significant strides in transforming the culture in Detroit, emphasizing a grit-and-grind mentality that has endeared him to players and fans alike. The Lions' improvement under his leadership has been evident, but losing a top-tier player like Davis challenges that progress. For the Lions, the decision to let Davis walk appears to be a financially driven one. Reports suggest the Lions were unwilling to meet Davis's asking price, which was projected to be in the range of $12 to $14 million annually. In a league where the salary cap forces teams to make difficult choices, it's clear the Lions prioritized financial flexibility over retaining one of their best defensive players. While it's easy to criticize the Lions for not keeping Davis, there's a case to be made that the team is playing the long game. Detroit is in the midst of a rebuilding phase, and committing large sums of money to one player could hinder their ability to build a more well-rounded roster. The Lions may be betting on the idea that spreading resources across multiple positions will ultimately lead to more sustained success. However, the loss of Davis also exposes the potential risks of not retaining top talent. In the modern NFL, having a lockdown cornerback is increasingly valuable as offenses become more pass-heavy and wide receivers continue to dominate the field. For the Lions to remain competitive, they'll need to find a way to replace Davis's production, whether through internal development or external acquisitions. One of the Lions' potential strategies could be to look to the upcoming NFL draft to find a young, high-upside cornerback. While it's unlikely they'll find someone with Davis's experience, the draft offers a chance to acquire a talented player on a more team-friendly rookie contract. Developing a younger cornerback could allow the Lions to maintain their financial flexibility while still addressing their need at the position. Another option is to explore free agency for a more affordable veteran cornerback. While Davis may be out of their price range, there are other players on the market who could provide solid production at a lower cost. The key for the Lions will be finding a player who fits into Dan Campbell's system and culture, someone who can step in and contribute immediately without breaking the bank. Ultimately, the decision not to re-sign Carlton Davis may prove to be a calculated risk for the Detroit Lions. While losing a player of his caliber is undoubtedly a blow, the Lions may be banking on the idea that their overall team-building strategy will pay off in the long run. Dan Campbell has proven that he can get the most out of his players, and it's possible that Detroit will be able to overcome the loss of Davis through smart roster management and continued player development. Carlton Davis's next move and the changing landscape of NFL free agency. As Carlton Davis enters free agency, his next destination will be a pivotal moment not only for his career but also for the teams vying for his services. In a league where cornerback talent is at a premium, Davis represents one of the most sought-after defensive players on the market. With his skill set and proven track record, Davis has the potential to make an immediate impact for any team that signs him. One of the most intriguing aspects of Davis's free agency is the list of potential suitors. The New York Jets and New England Patriots have emerged as prominent candidates to sign him, but other teams are likely to enter the fray as well. Both the Jets and Patriots present appealing options for Davis, offering strong defensive systems and the opportunity to compete for a playoff spot. For the Jets, Davis would provide a significant boost to their secondary. Under head coach Robert Saleh, the Jets have built a formidable defense, but they still lack a true shutdown cornerback. Davis would fit seamlessly into Saleh's defensive scheme, which emphasizes aggressive coverage and forcing turnovers. Additionally, Davis has a prior connection with Jets defensive backs coach Aaron Glenn, who worked with him during his time in Detroit. That familiarity could give the Jets an edge in negotiations. Meanwhile, the Patriots' interest in Davis is not surprising given head coach Bill Belichick's reputation for building elite defenses. Belichick has a long history of developing cornerbacks and maximizing their potential, and Davis would be an ideal fit in New England's man-to-man coverage schemes. The Patriots are known for their ability to adjust their defense based on opponent matchups, and Davis's versatility would allow them to continue that tradition. However, Davis's decision will not be solely based on team fit or scheme. Like many NFL players, financial compensation will play a significant role in determining his next move. Davis has been clear about his desire to be paid like a top 10 or top 15 cornerback, and his contract demands will be a key factor in where he ultimately signs. The market for cornerbacks is robust, and teams are often willing to spend big on players who can make a difference in the secondary. With Davis's proven ability to lock down top wide receivers, it's likely that he will command a lucrative contract that reflects his status as one of the best at his position. Whether it's the Jets, Patriots, or another team that signs him, Davis is expected to receive a deal that places him among the highest-paid cornerbacks in the league. Carlton Davis's free agency also highlights the broader dynamics of NFL free agency in the current landscape. In today's NFL, player movement is more frequent, and teams are constantly seeking ways to maximize their roster while staying within the confines of the salary cap. For players like Davis, free agency represents an opportunity to capitalize on their performance and secure financial stability. But with that opportunity comes the challenge of finding the right balance between financial reward and team fit. For Davis, this free agency period is a chance to rectify the mistakes he feels he made during his last contract negotiation. As he has mentioned, he won't be rushing into a decision this time. Instead, he will carefully evaluate all of his options to ensure that he lands in a situation that allows him to thrive both on and off the field. In the end, Carlton Davis's next move will have a ripple effect across the NFL. Whether he signs with a contender like the Jets or Patriots, or perhaps a surprise team enters the mix, his decision will shape the future of the teams involved and further solidify his place as one of the top cornerbacks in the league. As the NFL continues to evolve, the importance of players like Davis cannot be overstated. Cornerbacks who can shut down elite wide receivers and make game-changing plays are invaluable in today's pass-heavy league. For teams that are serious about competing for a championship, securing a player like Carlton Davis is a move that can help elevate them to the next level. And for Davis himself, this free agency period represents not only a chance to secure a big payday but also an opportunity to cement his legacy as one of the premier defensive backs of his generation.